Hey everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid. It's 2023 and I'm about to do the Astro Oracle reading for the month of January. But before I do, I have something to tell you. I am doing it again. My free online vision board challenge is happening January the 11th through the 17th. 2023. So just go to ColetteBaronReid.com/vision to sign up now. During this free 7-day challenge, you're going to experience a whole bunch of things. A daily live video deep dive with me to lead you step by step through divining your purposeful path for 2023 in the form of a vision board. You'll get fun and easy guided daily practices to help you set intentions and create a stunning visual representation of your unique path for the year ahead. And you can do this, even if you think you're not creative, artistic, or even woo. You're going to have access to an entire community of incredible heart-centered people just waiting to support you and cheer you on. And we have a live ritual activation at the end. It's a celebration event with me. You will have the opportunity to share your vision board with me and see what others have created too. And we have prizes and giveaways and more, and it's all for free. Just go to ColetteBaronReid.com/vision to learn more and sign up now. Now I'm going to get to the reading. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing 3 cards per sign. So how you're going to work with this is this. Your sun sign is the first cards that you're going to take into consideration. So for example, these are the cards for Aries. If you have Aries rising or Aries moon, you will also pay attention to these cards. But the way you're going to read them is first the sun sign, then the ascendant or the rising sign, and then your moon. So if you are a triple Scorpio, for example, you're only going to be paying attention to the Scorpio cards and realize they'll be more intense. If you're a double Aries and you have like a Sagittarius moon, you're going to be looking at Aries and then you're going to read Sagittarius, right? Aries, Aries, Sag. If you are a triple. So this is how you're going to work with these cards. If you don't know where all your planets are, you're going to go to astro.com, put your birth data in, and you're going to discover that. So it's very, very easy for you to learn how to apply these cards. So starting off the new year, let's talk about Aries. So Aries for the month of January. So the storyline for Aries for the month of January, and this is like how to work with the energy of the month and also what aspects of this month can come up for you particularly. Well, the first one is to the sea, which is going with the flow. And what comes after that is poised, which means you are ready for anything. So you're really less attached to pushing forward and more going with the flow. And there's going to be choices that you're going to have to make in this month because fork in the road comes up. So it indicates that you are ready to make changes. So take a look at that, Aries, for the month of January. What changes are going to come up for you? If you're afraid of them, if you're afraid to take the risk, which is unlikely if you're an Aries, but if there's something you're like worried about, you don't have to be because it says you are ready. You are absolutely ready to make any kind of change that comes up for you this month and just go with the flow. Move around your obstacles. Don't try to push against them. And you're going to be great this month. Now let's look at Taurus. Now, I'm using Wisdom of the Oracle, which is the card that I teach with in Oracle School. And here, this is for Taurus. Taurus is tick-tock, by the book, and between worlds in the protection position. And what that means is when a card is in protection, it means it's upside down in terms of my view, but it also means that you need to pay extra care to it. TikTok, you have all the time in the world. This is very, if you kind of go with what you know to be true, because by the book is the next card, it follows with the story, that you can trust that the time that you need to complete what you need to complete will be there for you this month in January. And the interesting thing, though, is to worry about when you're going to arrive. This card Between Worlds, when it's in the protection position, reminds you that asking, am I there yet? Is it, have I got what I needed? Have I done what I wanted? That's not the right question to ask, because that implies that you're impatient. So be careful about your impatience this month. That's for Taurus. And just trust you have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. You have all the time in the world, and not to worry about the experience of being in between, because you're not there yet. That's basically what you have to accept. You're not there yet. You're in a process of emergence and evolution, and that has to be surrendered to. So you will be uncomfortable if you're trying to push for end results too quickly this month, and that's for Taurus. Now, Gemini. Now, again, this is Gemini sun sign, or if your ascendant's Gemini, or if your moon is Gemini. This is the Thinker card, radical acceptance and time to go. So this is an interesting month for Geminis, because this is a very mental month for you, and that's good. Geminis are very mental, right? So it's a kind of it feels in alignment with your natural personality. The Fates card is in the protection position, so it asks you to radically accept whatever detour shows up for you. Even if you think you should be going in one direction, but it seems that everything is steering you somewhere else, that is the plan. That's the divine plan, and you're going to need to surrender to that. Time to go. Also, it's a perfect month for you to move away from the things that you know don't work, or towards something else. But it doesn't say time to go towards something. It says time to go. Even though the picture implies that we're moving towards something new, this really is about cutting ties, letting go of things, recognizing when something is at its close. And that may be what the Fates card in protection is portending, which is you might not like it, but it's actually for your highest good. So when things end in the month of January for Geminis, it's actually really good. It's like rejection is God's protection. These detours are actually going to lead you into something better for your evolution, I would say. That's really, because every experience is actually good in the end, but in your case, it really is about how can I evolve, and what do I need to let go of, and will I be holding on to it too tightly? So it says don't hold on too tight, just move forward. That's an interesting one for Gemini. Now, Cancerians, of which I am a Cancer. So for January, Cancers is you need to let people help you. And not to, okay, so 3 cards are in protection for the Cancer personality. All 3 of them relate to not holding on to the past. Like you might be holding on too tightly to an idea. You don't want help. You're like, you may be too rigid in the way you see things. And you might be caught in being too worried about what's happening in the future or getting stuck in the past. The other thing is when time to go is in protection, it's like saying, you're staying too late at the party, you should have left already. So for Cancers, it's this can be a difficult month if you're refusing to ask for help, or if you're spending too much time worrying about the future. It really is a call to being present to whatever is in front of you, and to realize it's okay to let go of old ideas that don't serve you anymore. Even the ideas you thought were such a great idea that may actually show up for you and say it's not such a great idea after all. So really remember, surrender to Cancers. Yes, I'm listening to that for sure. Little tenacious Cancer crab with our claws. Okay, so now let's take a look at Leo. Treasure Island. This is a beautiful start to the Leo, and relaxing, no place like home. So this is really good. You're in your element in this month of January as we enter into 2023. For the Leo personality, this is really recognizing that you have so much to offer and to contribute, but you don't have to hustle, right? That's the other thing. You can actually recognize that you can rest and feel at home in yourself, knowing that what you have to contribute, what you have to offer has great value, and you don't have to push it on anybody. So that's actually a really nice place for the Leo personality to be in the month of January. So Treasure Island is also really, really great about opportunities that come in for your work and things like that. So keep your eyes open for opportunities this month as well. So Virgo, you do not need to have to keep learning the same lesson over and over again, and there is a tendency to do that. So around and round in protection basically says, you know what, you really do have to choose not to do the same thing again, and then you'll be a lot happier. So happy is the next card after round and round in protection, and then come to the edge. This is great. So if you do what you did, you're going to get what you got. So cards are saying to you that if you can allow yourself to try something different, because this basically says that you could get stuck in your old ways. You're just going to feel so much better about yourself and about other people and about where you're at. So don't be afraid to take a risk this month, and that's for Virgos. Yes, our comfort zones don't always serve us. That's the push outside your comfort zone for the Virgo personality. And now let's take a look at Libra. So Libra, loyal heart, and Libras are very loyal. Fork in the road in protection and blessed. So in protection as well too. So this is an interesting call for Libra to ask yourself if you are loyal to people because you have a genuine sense of connection, or are you people pleasing? Are you loyal to an old relationship because you feel that you are obliged to them? There's a sense of needing to make a decision that to take stuff off your plate also. So what have you overcommitted, Libra? And you have to really take a look at that in this month of January. And once you do that, you're fine. But when these cards are in protection, the fork in the road and blessed, it's like if you don't make a decision, then you're going to feel like that your blessings have left, but that's not true. That's what you also have to remember. Say like, you know what, I have so many blessings, but I also need to say no to certain things in certain relationships, and it's okay to do so. It's okay to negotiate your way into something different in January. And even to think about it is a good choice. Okay. So Scorpio is asking why? And it's actually good because you're going to discover why you are with certain people, because the community card is in the protection position. So you have the card why, which is diving into the self, about asking yourself really pertinent questions about your own peace, your peace of mind. How do you experience peace? And if you are not at peace amongst other people, why is that? Why is that true? So it's a great month for Scorpios to inventory your relationships, why you're in different communities, and different options for you so that you just feel that peace that you want to feel, and you don't have to fight against anything. That's also really important for you this January. You might find yourself leaving groups, starting new ones, and realizing that, that nothing needs to be judged as bad. Sometimes you've just run out of steam. And it's time for you to move on to other points of interest, right? So removing your judgment makes it easier for you to make choices. Okay. Now let's look at Sagittarius. Here we go. No place like home for Sag this month. You start the month feeling pretty good. So we have No Place Like Home, which is a really great card to start with. But what's really interesting is why is this important? How to be at home. How to be at home in your own self. The practice of extreme self-care is crucial. The idea of you being hypersensitive to injustice, for example. When the To Be Fair card is in protection, you have actually witnessed something or something that's really bothered you, or you've been you've experienced something that feels unjust. But it feels like something is just too much for you. And so that's why for the Sagittarius personality, when you're always looking for higher truth, taking yourself out of the mix and really focusing on self-care, being very, very careful also not to engage in addictive behavior this month in January. So that comes up also for Sagittarius, if that's your leanings. But it's mostly all about you'll be most at home when you are practicing radical self-care. Next up is Capricorn. Capricorn's ready. So Capricorn, you've got a very busy month. You are in Capricorn season anyway. Most of the month of January is your month anyway as it is. So it's a great month to begin. You are actually really ready for the flow that comes to you. And also by the book, which is when you know what something works, do it again. So this is a month of the type of repetition that is positive for you. And also that you know the ropes now that you can step into whatever it is that you're designing or you're creating for yourself in your world. So this is a beautiful month for you to begin something and to not worry that you have to hustle for it is the other thing. So this is just something that comes naturally to you this month, and that there is structure around it that's inherent in this as it is. So great month for Capricorns to begin 2023. Here we go. And great way to see how this applies is to take a look at the 6-month reading that I did with Deborah Silverman. You'll be able to hear what I talked about as I went through the months and to see how your reading fits into that monthly energy forecast. Okay, so Aquarius, you know, the gift of loss. So Aquarius, the soulmates card is in protection. So that could be you know, kind of revisiting the concept of friendship, revisiting, this is always about other people. Also, who have you potentially hurt, or who have been hurt by, or who do you want to be connected to, and who do you need to let go of? Because the beauty of this month in January is that serendipitous events enable you to rekindle, because it's also a sense of coming back together with somebody, or making peace with somebody, or bringing yourself into a non-judgmental space to somehow heal a rift that might have come between you and somebody else as well too. So this is a beautiful month, I guess in a nutshell, really to forgive and to make peace with another person, if the Aquarius person has that. It's also could be about yourself, right? About, are you a good friend to yourself, right? That's also something to consider. And you'll start to see synchronicities in your life that will help you become a better friend for yourself. And last but not least is our beautiful Pisces personality. And here we go for Pisces. So community in protection for Pisces, co-create in protection for Pisces, and thinker in protection for Pisces. Looks like the two water signs, both Cancers and Pisces, has 3 protection cards. It also really means when you get the protection cards that you have that extra, you know, extra hand around you, like extra arm around you, like spirit has more protection towards you, you know, that, and it's also making sure you're not going to step into the hole or anything. So this is about your friendships, your communities, you know, things from the past that prevent you from being creative, your thoughts about community, your thoughts about friendships, your thoughts about family too. So that's the idea about, am I playing out my dysfunctional family in my community and in, you know, with my group of friends? It's something to think about for Pisces this month of January, because you're going to get a chance to clean that up. Well, so that was our Astro Oracle reading for January 2023. And guess what? I'm doing it again by popular demand. My free online vision board challenge is happening January the 11th to the 17th of 2023. I have to keep saying 2023. So just go to ColetteBaron-Reid.com/vision to sign up now. During this free 7-day challenge, you will experience a daily live video deep dive with me to lead you step by step through divining your purposeful path for 2023 in the form of a vision board. Fun and easy guided daily practices to help you set intentions and create a stunning visual representation of your unique path for the year ahead. You can do this, even if you think you're not creative, artistic, or even woo. You have access to an entire community of incredible, heart-centered people just waiting to support you and cheer you on. And we do a live ritual activation and celebration event with me at the end. You're going to have the opportunity to share your vision board with me and see what others have created too. And we have prizes and giveaways and more, all for free. F-R-E-E, that is free. Just go to ColetteBaron-Reid.com/vision to learn more and sign up now. Mwah! I'll see you there.